Alrighty, what's up, motherfuckers? We are live! Once again, on your late Friday night. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Yeah! Alright, so, what's up, everybody? I'm Peter Gilmore. Thanks for watching right here on Killer of Demons 66. Nah! Thanks for watching, everybody. Please, smash that like button, stick that thumb straight up the wazoo, and subscribe to this channel and all my other channels, which are in my pants, down in the description box below. And as always, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. If you're real, if you're not, go away and go suck a dick. And share the video all over the internet. But please, tap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn thing. And if you do, well, I'm sorry. You're going to have to unsubscribe, resubscribe again, hit the bell again, and hopefully Susan and her team of douchebag monkeys will actually send out my videos to you. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So like the video, subscribe, share the video, hit the bell. You know the spiel. And that's all I got to say about that. And if it's your first time watching, welcome to the party, pal! And I hope you enjoy the ride, because it's bumpy. So strap in, grab a cold one or whatever you got, and enjoy. And if you do, hit that like button. Leave a comment. If you don't, keep it moving, asshole. That's pretty much all I got to say about that. Alright, on this late Friday night, and you know what that means. I was originally going to do a humongous live video for Smackdown, Rampage, and Battle of the Belts 5. I was going to do it tomorrow, but I was like, you know what, I'm up. I got nothing to do this weekend because I don't work on the weekends. Except when I'm doing Your Mama, but that's another story for another time. But I felt like, let me just do Smackdown and Rampage tonight. I'll do Battle of the Belts tomorrow on a mini live stream. But we'll see what happens with that. So on this late Friday night, January the 6th, 2023, or if you're now watching from somewhere else or on the replay, it is now January the 7th, 2023, the first official weekend of 2023. Gonna be cold here in the Northeast, so bundle up. But next weekend, they're saying we might get a snowstorm. I'm hoping not, because I'm actually going to meet Mr. Anderson at a comic book store, so that's gonna be fun. And we move on from there. So it's gonna be great to see Mr. Anderson next week. Can't wait for that. And go the rest of my weekend after that. But this weekend, we really got nothing to do. So besides watch the NFL, the final week of the NFL season, week 18 in the league where they play for pay. Got all that. Great news on Damar Hamlin. I keep saying Darnell, I don't know why. Damar Hamlin, he woke up today. He was able to speak to people. They took the tube out. They're able to breathe on his own. Great sign for him. The neurological doctors say he's going to make a full recovery. Praise the Lord. And your food is ready, by the way. Late food. But I digress. But yeah, prayers once again. Continue to go out to Damar Hamlin. This is probably one of the greatest stories in the history of sports. You know, said that what happened to him, but the recovery, you know, praise be to the God that he did not die. I mean, he's got a long way to go, you know, but he's breathing on his own. His vitals are pretty stabilized right now, and I don't know when he's going to be out of the hospital. Probably maybe a couple weeks at most. But I don't know what his future holds for him, if he's going to do some recovery, like physical therapy or some stuff like that, to get back into maybe some shape. Maybe he appears next season for the Bills. I don't know if that's a good idea, but that's just me. But like I said last night on my Vince McMahon video, but you can watch that on my Peter Gimlin channel, that the Bills are heavily favored to win the Super Bowl. And it is what it is. But I heard today on the news that the playoff system this year is really fucked up because of this whole thing. Now, I heard that if I think it's the Bengals play the Ravens. Now, if the Bengals lose, there's going to be a wild card game at a neutral site. If Kansas City, the Bills, I think the Bungles, I think the Ravens too. That if it's like Kansas City and Buffalo in the AFC title game, or maybe in the division round, that they will not meet at where they're going to be playing at, like in Kansas City or in Buffalo or wherever. They're going to be playing at either an indoor stadium, dome, or most likely an outdoor stadium, but it's not going to be in that area. It's going to be in a neutral site. So it feels like you're kind of going back to the pandemic era, if you think about it. But kind of, the AFC is just, the playoffs is just fucked up right now. And teams that are looking to get in the playoffs might have to get a coin toss to get in the playoffs. Are you kidding me? So you win the game, and then next thing you know, you think you're in the playoffs, and then you're not. With stupid coin toss. I think it's going to happen also in the NFC, too. I don't know about the neutral site thing for the NFC. I know the AFC, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, Sunday's going to be very, very, very confusing. But good games galore on Sunday. Good games galore. I can't wait for it. It's going to be epic. I just hope the Giants beat the Eagles. And I know the Niners are going to not start everybody on Sunday because it's basically a meaningless game. I would like for Kyle Shanahan to go for the jugular and go for that 1 seed. But, even if we get the number 2 seed, we get the home game, but it would be nice to get that off week so we can get like Debo and Jimmy G, who, or basically Debo's ready to come back. He's not coming back till maybe either the wild card round or the division round if they get there, which they probably will, depending on who they play, of course. And then as far as Jimmy G goes, maybe the same thing, but we'll see. So it's going to be a very interesting Sunday of football. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Quick hockey note. How about those Rangers? How about those Rangers? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Stop the Carolina Hurricanes 15 games with a point streak, some streak they ended this past Tuesday. Beat them at the Garden. I think it was 5-3. Then last night they beat the Montreal Canadiens. So they're on a pretty good winning streak right now. 50 points on the season. Still talk about this wild card crap. But, with 42 games to play, we'll see. We shall see. The Rangers are in action tomorrow at the Devils. So we'll see what happens with that. As, other teams are starting to fade a little bit. Especially those Penguins. 6 in a row. How about, are you crying there, Sydney? Are you crying? Crybaby Sydney, as we call him. Yeah, those stupid Bruins are still kind of running away with the lead, but who cares a shit? Only matters when it's in the playoffs. Hot start in the playoffs, kind of like the Mets the last 2 years. Being real. Just saying. Just saying. Do it when it counts. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll see what happens in a couple months when the playoffs start. And that's it. All right, enough dilly-dallying. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of the video. As the title below says, on this late Friday night, I wish it was July, right? January the 6th, 2023, or like I said, if you're watching from somewhere else, January the 7th, 2023. Thanks for watching here on the Killer Demons channel. Once again, my name is Peter Gilmore, but you knew that already. And if you don't, now you do, because I am your undefeated, undisputed, extreme God. And your undefeated, undisputed king of all ranters. Nobody can touch me, even on commentary. JD can't beat me. Nobody can outrant me. They think they can, but they really can't. But it is what it is. And plus, JD fucks his cats. But it is what it is. I don't do that shit. Even though if I made a stupid joke last year about that. It is what it is. I'm not that kind of guy. So if you think that, you can go to hell. And rot. That's all I gotta say about that. Any other accusations, any other things you think about me, you can go fuck yourself and go in a hole. Matter of fact, go in a hole. Or go back in the hole that you came out of, if you know what I mean. Otherwise known as your mama's vagina. But I digress on that. Anyway, let's move on. Alright, so on this late night, it is time for your late night Smackdown and AEW Rampage review for January the 6th, 2023. Alright. We had a long night of wrestling. 2 hours of Smackdown, live from Memphis, Tennessee. Yep! Then we have a live Rampage, followed by a live Battle of the Belts. So 4 hours of live wrestling tonight. Great stuff tonight. Great stuff. Smackdown, pretty damn good. Rampage, probably one of the best Rampages in about a year. I mean, if this doesn't do over 500,000 views, I will be shocked. As far as Battle of the Belts, I'll probably get like 300,000 people. That wasn't that bad. Battle of the Belts wasn't that bad. The first match with the Acclaimed against Jarrett and Jay Lethal was good. It was funny at times. You know, near the end with the weird ending, but still pretty damn good match. And then everything else kind of, you know, went back to normal. But still, Battle of the Belts I thought was a pretty decent show. And I'll talk about that tomorrow. As far as Rampage goes, fucking epic show. One of the good shows that Rampage delivers on a live show. Hey, Tony Khan, are you actually watching now? See what happens when you go live? You go live once every so often. You should go live every damn week. You never know. You hit a home run on the Rampage. Get some great viewership. As long as you put on great matches. If you don't, and it's just bleh, it's a live show like Monday Night Raw, then you're gonna get the week ratings like 400,000 views. But I mean, we'll see what happens when the ratings come out either tomorrow or Sunday or maybe by Monday. But we'll see what happens with that. All right, so we're gonna start off with Smackdown. Excuse me. And like I said, Smackdown was great, as we're still on the road to the Royal Rumble, which is 3 weeks from, well, as of this video, it is now Saturday, so it's 3 weeks from this video. So, we got long way to go, but we had one qualifying match. We had the main event with the Usos. Put up your ones, because like the Bloodline, like the Prophecy, like the Armada, We the ones and you a bunch of number twos. That's that. So the Usos defending the undisputed tag team titles against Sheamus fella, and Drew McIntyre, or as Michael Cole called them, the what did he call them? The brawling. I didn't call them brawling brutes. He called them like he called them something else. I forgot what it was. But we'll get that later. And we're gonna hear from Horseface Charlotte Flair about her shocking comeback win, shocking comeback and beating Ronda Rousey to become the 14-time women's champion. And we'll get to that right now. All right, so we started off SmackDown, kind of like how we started off Raw with the Bloodline just wreaking havoc, throwing things and, kind of messing up the announce table a little bit. Michael Cole's like commentating. I'm like, hit Michael Cole, take him out. But then Stephanie, hi Steph, call me. But it is what it is. So we had basically the Bloodline doing another NWO style like takeover. Then we hear the music of the Tribal Chief. The Tribal Chief, ladies and gentlemen, the undisputed, undefeated Tribal Chief himself, Mr. Cockfist himself, Roman Reigns, 860 days as your champion and your Tribal Chief. It's amazing that this guy is. He's going to hit 900 by the end of 867. I think he'll get close to 900 by WrestleMania. He won't hit 1,000. I don't think he'll hit 1,000. I don't think so. But never know. But 860 days as your undefeated champion of the world. And he comes out with the wise man. My name is Paul Heyman. And, do all that, the one stuff. Gets in the ring and he does his usual stuff. Memphis, Tennessee. Acknowledge me. So that's what the fans do. They throw up their ones, acknowledge the Chief, probably the greatest person in WWE right now. Not you, Vince McMahon. You can go to hell. But I digress. So he gets on the mic, gets the acknowledgement, wants to talk about last year, doesn't want to talk about what's going on this year, or what's going to happen, which is like the end of the Bloodline storyline. That's what's going to happen this year. So doesn't want to talk about what happened last week when him and Sammy lost to that guy named John Cena and Kevin Owens. People said they lost. Reigns like, we didn't lose. I didn't get pinned. I haven't been pinned in 3 years. But Roman doesn't even remember his shoulders being on the mat because he was outside the ring. He's like, Sammy lost. Sammy lost. So why didn't he call his shot? That's what I do. Just like Babe Ruth, I smash, stack, pin everybody. Blah, blah, blah. Then he turns to Sammy and he's like, do you think you can be like me? You think you could be the Tribal Chief? You think you can do what I do? And then Roman's he's getting a little testy with the honorary Oos. And Sammy's not feeling really oosy right now. So Reigns starts screaming at him. It's like, you think you can talk to me? Don't make the Tribal Chief mad. He will get pissed. So he starts yelling at Sammy about wanting his job, wanting to be the Tribal Chief. And then Kevin Owens comes out, talks about how Roman has a big problem, and that's Kevin Owens, and he can't get rid of him. And he's like, well, the only thing that we can possibly do is have another crappy match at the Royal Rumble. Didn't we see that 2 years ago in the pandemic era when it was that last man standing match where Roman barely won? He was like this close to losing. Remember when Kevin handcuffed Roman to the set and freaking Paul Heyman was trying to get the key and finally got the key? And somehow Roman survived that. God forbid get something like that again, but I don't think they're going to do another last man standing match or some shit like that. Probably just do a regular match, and we all know who's going to win. Roman's obviously going to win. Because Kevin's not ready for that damn title. I don't think anybody is right now. Except for a guy named Cody. But fuck Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I said it. Fuck Cody Rhodes. Adrenaline in my soul. Cody Rhodes still married a hoe. Who told you it was open mic night, bitch? I did. Damn Brandy. You got a black belt while I'm a black bitch. You might be a black bitch, but you still, you know. What have you been doing lately? Sitting at home on your ass with Cody, doing nothing except being with your kid and your dogs, and then doing your lame freaking YouTube show. That's what you've been doing. Anyway, move on from them. So KO talked about that. Challenges to a match at the Rumble. So Roman's like, yeah, all right, you can have your match, whatever. Fuck you, you know. I'll beat you again. Fuck you. So Roman says, I'll give you the shot if you leave forever after you lose. I was like, ooh, lose leaves WWE match? But it's not gonna happen. So Owen's like, well, I agree to that, but I'm not going anywhere. I'll leave, but I'm not gonna leave WWE. So I was thinking it would be title versus career, like what Jay White and Hikulia were doing. Loser leaves Japan, which we all know who's going to win that, Jay White. Because Hikulia is supposedly on WWE's radar right now. I would not be surprised if Hikulia does lose, goes to WWE, and maybe shows up in NXT, though I would love for him to be on the main roster. Imagine him in the Bloodline, because he is Samoan. That'll make the Bloodline a little bit, not even more stronger than it already is. Just take out Sammy, put in Hikulia. Not Coolio, Hikulia. But it is what it is. So we got that. So we got our, officially our third match on the card besides the Men's and Women's Royal Rumble. Blah, 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 blah. So we got Kevin Owens versus Roman 2 years later. And we know the same goddamn results. Roman is going to smash, stack, pin Kevin. Kevin's going to go away for a little bit. Then he's going to come back and help Sami Zayn. And they're going to reform Steen Jericho to go after the Usos. And the Usos are going to finally lose those tag team belts at WrestleMania. So as Roman goes, I hope he doesn't lose the belt till next year. But, you know, we'll see. Personally, I don't want him to lose the belt ever. But, you know, you can't always be Hulk Hogan who held the WWF belt for 5 straight years. Just saying. Or even Bruno Sammartino held it for 20 some odd years, I think. Held it a very long time. 2,800 days. Supposedly 2,900 days. Almost like the guy can't lose. Oh, I love long title reigns, but you know, sometimes you're like, damn, he's like a thousand day reign as champion. When is he gonna lose? It's getting pathetic here. Well, unless you're a guy like Roman, you don't want him to lose. Or it's Kenny Omega, or whatever, you know. Even Adam Cole, baby. But I digress. Alright, so I gave that first segment 3.5 out of 5 stars. Let's move on. Alright, then we get to a segment from earlier in the day, where we have the New Day of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Hey yo, Big E, Let's just keep it PG. You know what's good. Just gonna go rated R like the boy Xavier Woods. I always love that promo. I always love it. Anyway, we move on. All right, so we see Kofi and Xavier in the back. They run up to Legado. Santos Escobar. And the rest of Legado, the beautiful, vivacious Zelina Vega and Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza, they're all in the back. And they get into a backstage argument over Kofi's Royal Rumble botch last year, where he was supposed he got knocked off the. We remember what happened. He got knocked off. I can't talk. Knocked off the apron, and he was supposed to hold on to the barricade, and he slipped and fell. You're gone. You're out of here. You can't get that to do over. So blah blah blah, and Santos like, I want to get in the Rumble, some stupid thing like that. They start arguing, and then Kofi's like, well, why don't you step up to me now? So we get a match coming up right now. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. So then we go to the match. We have Xavier Woods at ringside, along with Zelina Vega, Joaquin Wilde, and Raul Mendoza. So we get to this match. It's also with Santos getting in a shot to start. Kofi is rocked. He goes up top, which is fine with Kofi, who kicks him to the floor as we go to break. We come back. Kofi's in trouble, manages to fight his way back up, and Xavier Woods offers a trombone distraction. I wish they would freaking get rid of that goddamn freaking trombone. So that causes a distraction, but Santos is well enough to kick Kofi in the head for a near fall, or kick to head. Santos goes for the fireman's carry, looking for the Phantom Driver. Excuse me. Kofi slips out of that, gets a near fall off the SOS. Anyway, Kofi goes up, but gets kneed out of the air for a near fall. And both men are now looking for a breather. Then we got a humongous brawl to start on the floor between Xavier and Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza. That distraction led to Santos hitting a jumping super kick. Then he hits the Phantom Driver. 1, 2, 3. Santos Escobar gets a shocking victory over Kofi in a little over 10 minutes. So there you go. So Santos Escobar gets the win. And that's pretty much it. And we move on from there. Did you know that Wheeler Yuta is the type of guy that thinks that Kofi Kingston is still Jamaican? Did you know that? I didn't know that. Wheeler Yuta is the type of guy that actually thinks he's actually good. I can go all night with Wheeler Yuta sucking ass. Wheeler Yuta is the type of guy that needs somebody to put on a condom for him. Just saying. Anyway, let's move on. Alright, so then we officially find out that Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns, the title match is set for the Rumble. No mention of if Kevin's career is on the line, if he loses, so we don't know if that's going to be a stipulation. I guess we'll have to see in the next couple weeks, and we got all that. Alright, after that, we go to outside the Bloodline's locker room, where Sammy's trying to talk to Roman, and then he gets, "My name is Paul Heyman," instead. So the wise man thinks that it's not a good time to talk to Roman, and the Usos go in to talk to Roman. And then we see last week Heyman said, "Stay 3 steps ahead." But still a bad time for you. Don't go in there right now. But you will be there in a little bit. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we hear from the beautiful, vivacious Liv Morgan, who tells us that she's entering the Women's Royal Rumble, and she's willing to go in at number 1. You got some guts there, little girl. If that was me, I would go in at number 30. Just saying. But if you want to go at number one and pull off a miracle and be the first woman to win at number one, go ahead. Go for it. Oh. Go for it, they live. Go for it. You're not going to win, obviously, so I think it's going to be Rhea Ripley winning the Rumble. And it pretty much is what it is. So we got that. All right, after that, we get a look back at Uncle Howdy, a good friend, Uncle Howdy Doody. No, Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, attacking Bray last week, which freaked out Eli Drake in the process. Then we found out about that pitch black match that's going to happen at the Rumble. Still don't know what stipulations it has. Is it actually they're going to fight in the dark? Or it's going to be like some type of like blindfold match? I don't know. But anyway, speaking of Eli Drake, Eli's with, it was Caleb Braxton. Well, he's walking through Memphis early in the day, and after getting over how bad that was, he thought it was great that Bray Wyatt can't keep his freaks in line. Unlike Scott Steiner, he's got freaks lined up to go in his bedroom. Because he's Big Papa Pump. Holla, if you hear me. Anyway, so Eli says, at the Rumble, Bray is getting what is coming to him. Yeah! Yeah! Yummy! Yeah! So we'll see what happens to that. Obviously, Bray's going to win that match, but kind of a boring follow-up to what happened last week. So we'll have to see what happens next week, I guess. We move on. All right, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get to our next match, a mixed tag team match. We had Tennille Dashwood and her boyfriend, Madcap Moss, taking on the married couple of Killer Kross and the lovely, vivacious, Scarlett Bordeaux. This is Scarlett's first official match on TV, her in-ring debut. Alright, so it's kind of a short match, kind of one of those 3 minutes, did I say 3 minutes? Matches. Scarlett was a little bit, we've seen these on house shows, but Scarlett still kind of, she's still great in the ring, but, this time she botches a little bit. But anyway, we joined in progress off a double tag. Scarlett shrugs up some right hands and suplexes Tennille Dashwood down for a near fall. And then she tags in her husband, Killer Kross. Kross comes in with a big, mean glare at Tennille Dashwood. And then, which allows Scarlett to send her into the post. And then Emma gets sent over the announcer's table. And in between, Emma slapped Killer Kross. And Kross was like, "You bitch." And then, like I said, Scarlett threw Emma into the ring post, and then over the announcer's table. Did not hit Michael Cole. Damn. Anyway, which left Kross to hit the cross hammer, the back of the head elbow, which led into the cross jacket, and Mr. Madcap Moss passed out. That's it. So, quick 3-minute match. Did I say 3 minutes? And that's pretty much it. So I gave that match 2.25 out of 5 stars. After the match, Killer Kross goes right into the camera for a promo, which they should do a lot more of. Just my opinion. Kross and Scarlett put on a Rey Mysterio mask on Madcap Moss. They go into the camera, and Kross says Rey is running out of time, and then they show a tarot card. I think it was of the Emperor. Most impressive. Strike me down, and your ascent to the dark side will be complete, Skywalker. I do a pretty damn good Emperor from Star Wars impression. Not as great as Yoda. Beer needs your drunkenness. Fear. Sound like Grover for a second, Super Grover. Fear, there is no try. Anyway, move on. All right, so Killer Cross tells Rey Mysterio that tick-tock, tick-tock. And that's pretty much it. So we got that. All right, then we're going to look back at Horseface Charlotte Flair returning last week and winning the SmackDown Women's title from Ronda Rousey in about 30 seconds to become the 14-time SmackDown Women's Champion. So we're going to hear from her in just a bit. But before that, we go to a bar, with Jerry Lawler's Bar and Museum in Memphis, Tennessee. Yep! Where we have Sheamus Fella and Drew McIntyre there. And they're firing each other up. They're like chopping each other. Blah, blah, blah. They're firing each other up for the tag title match tonight. And then they go, banger after banger after banger after banger. And then the people in the bar are like, banger after banger. I'm like, all right. A little bit too much, but okay. And we'll move on from there. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right. After that, after a break, we come back with the Queen. Horseface Charlotte Flair comes out, and she's like, Memphis, did you miss the Queen? Most of us did, most of us did not. So Charlotte says, I'm happy with my title win last week. I don't really care what people think of me. The one thing that she is complacent, so she will face anyone, so kind of like an open challenge. And then Sonya Deville, of all people, Sonya Deville comes out and is like, why don't you put your title on the line right now? So Charlotte's like, okay, I'll beat you. So we get that. And that leads to the title match. Charlotte versus Sonya. So it starts off with Charlotte kicking Sonya out to the floor as we go to break. You come back, Sonya goes after the knee, grabs a 1905 chinlock, which is broken up pretty easily. Charlotte hits some clotheslines, followed by a flippy-dippity-doo clothesline for a near fall. Then she hits a spear, cuts Sonya in half, and then locks in the figure 8 leg lock, and Sonya taps out like a drunk bitch. And that's all I got to say about that. So, pretty easily, Charlotte retains the title. Little under 7 minutes, but there you go. So we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that match 2.25 out of 5 stars. So I would assume that Charlotte's going to defend the title at the Rumble, maybe against Ronda in a rematch, which will suck. I care less. That's that. All right. After that, we get another video about the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes still married a hoe. Just about returning to WWE last year at WrestleMania. They showed his pec injury. He still hasn't come back yet, but is most likely coming back at the Rumble and probably will win it. But we'll see what happens with that. So we got that. Then we see another video of Lacey Evans training at the Performance Center this time. She's still relevant? Wow. Boy, did WWE fuck her up really bad. Remember she was a god in freaking NXT? With, probably one of her great themes. Not Act Like a Lady, or what was I think it was Act Like a Lady was the first one, and then it became Unconditional. But she was pretty damn good in NXT. She goes to the main roster, remember, and everybody went to the main roster, like Ricochet and Ciampa and Gargano went at first, and then they got sent back, except for Lacey Evans comes in, just stays there and does nothing. Should have gave her the Raw Women's Championship, did they? No. They put her in a stupid freaking feud with her and Baron Corbin going after Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Last year, I think? A year or two ago? Stupidity. But what are you going to do? So she's still training. I could care less. And that's it. All right, after that crap, we get to a 2-minute suckfest match for a spot in the Rumble. We had Ricochet taking on another piece of shit, Top Dollar of Shit Row. Ashanti Adonis and B-Fab were at ringside. We're in a nothing match Top Dollar powers Ricochet into the corner to start. Ricochet is on top to toss the big man down. Then a big boot gives Top Dollar a near fall. But it takes too long. Dancing Dad! He's Dancing Dad! Stop it! Which allows Ricochet to kick him in the head. Then he hits a standing sliced bread. Then a shooting star press finishes off Top Dollar 1, 2, 3 in just under 2 minutes. So Ricochet now qualifies for the Rumble. And then after the match, Top Dollar wants to shake Ricochet's hand. You know, Ashanti Adonis and Beef over there was like, yeah, shake his hand, shake his hand. And then out of nowhere, Ashanti Adonis does the heinous act and super kicks Ricochet in the face. B-Fab then supposedly kicks Ricochet in the face with her blue boot. And then basically Shit Row turns heel and beats the crap out of Ricochet. And so Braun Strowman runs out for the save. Which wasn't really needed, but still. I could probably see a tag team match player next week. But it is what it is. What are they going to do with Shit Row as heels now? What are they going to do? Hey, now that Vince McMahon's supposedly coming back, hey, why don't you just fire Shit Row again? Get him out of here! Because you know Vince is going to come. He's going to come back and get rid of everybody that Hunter brought back again. Why did you bring back Hit Row? You're fired. Get him out here. Get him out of here. Let him be with Swerve in AEW. Just saying. Who cares about fucking Hit Row? Alright, so I give that match 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we see the Usos in the locker room of Roman. They're all getting hyped up for their match. And they leave. And Roman says, Wise man, bring me Sammy. So Heyman goes on his mic, call Sammy. So Sammy's gonna be in trouble. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we find out, we get a video about Walter, or Gunther. Walter is going to defend the Intercontinental title next week against Braun Strowman. Big beefy men slapping that meat in that ring. But we all know Walter should beat Braun Strowman for the and retain next week. That's what I think. Let me move on. All right, before this, I think it was let me see here. Yeah, before the main event came about, we go back to Roman's locker room. Sammy's there. He comes in. He sees Roman and Paul sitting down. Roman's like, sit down! Not even looking at him. Sammy immediately knows he's in big trouble. He tells Roman that you are the tribal chief and nobody else is the tribal chief. So he says, I'm sorry. Roman's like, I don't accept your apology because I hold myself to a high standard and no one should be treated like you were earlier, Sammy. I don't accept your apology because I should be apologizing to you. So Roman's like, Sammy, I'm sorry. But he tells Sammy, I understand that you're mad at Kevin and it's like, I'm sorry that, I'm mad at you about Kevin Owens. I'm sorry I took it out on you. That's why I'm going to let you handle your business next week as you're in a match with Kevin Owens next week. Another generic Osteen match. Oh, yeah. Fight forever. Told you they'll be fighting until they're 90. But this was... So then Sammy hears the Usos music play over the PA or whatever it is. He's about to go out and Roman's like, no, you sit here. You sit here and watch with me and the wise man. All right. So that was kind of interesting. Like, why would, Roman yelled at Sammy. Now it's like, oh, I'm sorry, Sammy. He's playing mind games. He's too smart for Sammy. And Sammy doesn't even see that he's going to get turned on by the bloodline. Kevin's trying to tell him, and Sammy's like, no, not gonna happen. Gonna happen. Probably happen after the Rumble. Leading up to the Elimination Chamber, and then by WrestleMania. People saying Sami Zayn versus Roman at WrestleMania, and Sami is gonna win the belt. Like, are you what? Excuse me? Can you say that in my good ear, please? Sami Zayn beating Roman Reigns to become the champ at WrestleMania. I want to know what you guys been smoking. Just saying. Anyway, so after that, we get to your main event of the evening, the tag team titles, the undisputed tag titles, the Usos taking on Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Oh, Michael Cole called them the Banging Bros, or the Brawling Bros, I think he called them. Interesting name. All right, so we have Solo Sikoa at ringside, just standing like this once again. You Japanese bitch. No, you say that. That's what Lady Topper would say to Gail Kim. Anyway, speaking of Gail Kim, I'm going to meet her at the big event, or some type of convention in Queens in March. Just saying. So yeah, I'm gifted. And good to be the king. Anyway, so Sheamus takes Jimmy down to start. It's off to Drew. Tosses Jimmy in the corner. Jay comes in, manages a quick suplex to quickly take over, which allowed Jimmy to come in for some choking. Drew gets sent to the outside, and a suicide dive into the barricade by the Usos. As they're in control, as we go to break, we come back. Sheamus fella hits the 10 glowing blues of doom on Jay. Jimmy gets a shot to take over. Drew then cuts off the double oos. And we get a double spear. Then we see a double white noise for a near fall on the champs. Then a flippy dippity doo off the apron takes the Usos down again. Then the Claymore kick. Looked like we're about to get a new chance, but Jay... we get a near fall on Jay as Jimmy made the save just in time. Then we go back to Roman's locker room where we see Roman, Sammy, and Paul eating popcorn. Damn, somebody bought them that popcorn pretty damn quick. They watch the match. Then it goes on. Looked like Sheamus was about to do some move on, I believe it was Jimmy. Jimmy. Jay gets the blind tag. They come in. They hit the 1D on Sheamus. Looked like they're about to retain, but somehow, I don't know how it happened, but Drew McIntyre makes the save. And then Solo Sikoa pulls out Drew, beats the fuck out of him. And then the Brawling Brutes come out, Ridge Holland and Butch. They come out, have a big, humongous brawl. While that's going on, Sheamus boog kicks Jay. Goes for the cover. Jimmy makes the save. Match was great. Hands are going nuts. Then a big dive takes the Usos out. I think it's by Drew. Sheamus picks Jay up, only to be rolled up with Jimmy giving an assist. Kind of like what they did when they won the belts from the Mysterios. Oh, well, one of the Mysterios, Ray, because we all know Dom is Eddie Guerrero's son. By the way, Dominic Mysterio is engaged to his longtime girlfriend. So it's not going to be Rhea Ripley. So he's going to have his own official mommy, if you know what I mean. That's going to be his actual girlfriend, not Rhea Ripley. That's just storyline. So prison does change a man. He's getting married now. He's a gringo. Right? Even Eddie says he's a gringo, right, Eddie? Oh, that's right. My son is a gringo, Pedro. See? Pedro. Gringo. Does he come from Lake Titicaca? No. That's the Great Cornholio. Are you telling me? I am the Great Cornholio. I need TV for my bungle. Anyway, move on. All right, so the Usos once again retain with a little bit of chicanery, with Jimmy giving an assist like they did at SummerSlam about a year or two ago, when they beat the Mysterios for the tag team belts. And look where we are, almost 2 years later. The Usos still have those belts. Anyway, they get a win and a retain. Good in my book. But the Usos still the ones, like the Bloodline. And they get the win in a little over 13 minutes. Match was great. 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Then we go to the locker room. Sammy's all happy. He's dancing. He's like going like he picks up the popcorn and starts jerking off with the popcorn almost like ah! I'm like, calm down, Sammy. Jesus Christ. Why are you so crazy, Sammy? Take it easy. Take it easy. And Roman was like, the fuck's wrong with this guy? It's good carpet. You know? So we got that. So, once again, the Bloodline, still the ones, and you're a bunch of number twos. You think they stink. But it is what it is. So, SmackDown was pretty good. And I gave it a solid 7 out of 10 stars. And we will see what happens on Monday Night Raw this Monday night from Birmingham, Alabama. Yep. And we got that. Where are we on Raw? It's Theory, some stuff with Austin Theory, you know, being the nicest champion. I don't know what else is supposed to happen on Raw. Oh yeah, stuff with Alexa Bliss, possibly turning to Evil Miss Bliss. So we're gonna continue that little storyline. And we'll see what else happens on Monday Night Raw this Monday night from Birmingham, Alabama. And we'll move on from there. Alright, so like I said, 7 out of 10 stars for SmackDown. Alright, let's quickly go to AEW Rampage tonight, which is live from Portland, Oregon. And like I said earlier, this was probably one of the best Rampages in a long time. Probably the best Rampage since CM Punk's debut. Yeah. But are they going to get a big rating? No. I doubt it. I would be shocked if it was like more than 550,000 views. I would be shocked. But it is what it is. Alright, so, by the way, I forgot to mention on SmackDown, our commentary team of Mitchell Cole and Bad News Wade Bennett. I'm afraid I got some bad news for me because I did not say it earlier. I'm sorry. So, Wade Barrett, I'm sorry. We move on. Alright, so our commentary team on Rampage for the first, I think, both hours of Rampage, for Rampage and actually just for Rampage, because Tony Baloney was on commentary for Battle of the Belts. I don't know why he wasn't on for Rampage. I'm just saying. Because he's running around. He was probably in the back banging Britt Baker. I don't know. That's probably why he wasn't on the first hour. Who knows? But anyway, our commentary team of the man behind the mask, Excalibur, Chris Jericho, the Wizard, the Ocho, well, the former Ocho, Le Champion. And as always, the GOAT of all GOATs on commentary, good old JR, back down barbecue sauce. So cold. So we had that. So we started off Rampage with a banger of a match. We had Darius and Dante Martin of Top Flight taking on the Blackpool Cook Club of John Moxley, the Wild Thing. He wants to ride ye, the Vile Thing. Give me Vaughn. Rick Vaughn? Yeah, I think he's due. Vaughn, I got one thing to say to you. Strike this motherfucker out! I don't think you got any hair on your balls to throw that pitch again. Well, there it is, the old number 1, the Terminator. You get a piece of it, you can rename it. Then he strikes him out with a 110-mile fastball. He did it! My God, the Indians win it! The only time the Indians actually won. Dr. song again! Anyway, alright, so we have Jon Moxley and his partner, the man who had a pretty damn good comeback in Seattle this past Wednesday. Well, he's in Oregon now, and they still love the guy, Mr. Bryan Danielson. Yes! Alright, so Moxley and Danielson taking on Top Flight. Banger of a match. Banger. So it's also with Top Flight attacking them on the outside of the ring before the match even began. But then it goes in the ring. We officially start with Moxley and Darius. And Darius with a back suplex on Mox. Dante delivers a senton and a backflip splash. So they're working on Moxley for a while. Dante with the cover. Moxley quickly kicks out at 1. Danielson comes in. He delivers some swift kicks to the back of Dante. Dante in the corner. Danielson then delivers his trademark kicks some more. Then a bunch of knife edge chops and some kicks, followed by the 10 punches of doom to the head and a leg scissors takedown. But Dante lands on his feet, leapfrogs over Bryan. Bryan plants him with a drop kick. Picture perfect, almost. Darius gets a tag back in, and as does Mox. Mox delivers a kick to the midsection. All 4 men are in the ring, brawling. And the fans like, yes, great. And then all 4 men gets on the outside. Moxley tosses Dante into the barricade. Ow. Then he follows it up by planting Darius on a steel chair. And then we get a whole bunch of drop kicks. Even one by Danielson. Danielson gets Dante back in the ring, sets him up for the Romero special. Rocky Romero, forever! Then we kind of slow it down a little bit with a 1907 headlock. With some elbow strikes to the head. Moxley gets the tag. So it's beating the crap out of Dante Martin. Nice setup for a superplex by Moxley as Dante kicks out. Bryan with the tag. There's a stomp on the head of Dante. And then we go to a whole bunch of commercial breaks. Well, we gotta pay those bills, obviously. Then we come right back. Moxley and Bryan deliver kick after kick after kick. Kicking the living crap out of Dante. And eventually Dante moves out of the way, have Danielson and Moxley kick each other in the kneecap. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Gets the hot tag to Darius, who cleans house. We get a nice running Spanish fly. Somebody's been watching Joe Maximo tapes. By Darius. Both men are laying on the ground. Moxley with the tag to the tag. Dante gets the tag. Dante with a dive from the top rope to ground Moxley. Goes for the cover and get a kick out. All 4 men are back in the ring. Darius plants Bryan with a half and half suplex. Dante then drops Mox for a cover and a kick out. Dante connects with a beautiful frog splash. Not as great as me, Eddie Guerrero, this Latino heat. Anyway, Moxley beats him in, goes for the arm hold. Then he transitions into Moxley delivering his own hammer and elbow strikes. Then we get some counters. Moxley lays out Dante with a King Kong lariat for another near fall. Bryan with the tag. Top Flight is then coming back, taking it back and forth. Danielson with the recycle kick to Darius. Goes for the cover. Dante breaks it up. Dante gets sent over the ropes. Darius gets a spinning kick to the head. Moxley delivers a double sledge to Dante. And then Danielson stomps on Darius' face, basically knocks him the fuck out. Then he locks in the Regal stretch, kind of like he did. Did he do that on... I think he did it... No, I was thinking of... We did it last week, I think. I forget. But anyway, he gets the win for his team. So the Blackpool Cup Club get the win. Pretty damn good match. I gave 4 out of 5 stars. The fans loved it. Great way to open the show. And I was, I was thinking that the rest of the show was going to be bad. Not so much. Not so much, Al. And that's pretty much it. But this was one hell of a banger of a match. 16-minute official match. And that's pretty much it. Let me get that. So 4 out of 5 stars for that. Great match. Then after that, we get a promo from the Hangman Adam Page doing some cowboy shit. And he has some papers in his hand saying that he is now officially cleared to wrestle. So we will get that match with Adam Page and Moxley this Wednesday night from the Kia Forum in LA. So Hangman wants Moxley to remember the ass whooping he will give to Mox as he talks about having it recorded on VHS so that Moxley and the Blackpool Cuck Club can watch it over and over and over again with MMA footage in between. What? Then he says, you guys can enjoy it while you look at porn. What? What? How can you enjoy the match and watch porn at the same time? I'm gonna put your dick in the dirt! Okay there, Hangman. Alright. Alright, so I gave Hangman's promo 3.25 out of 5 stars. Let me move on. Alright, match number 2, women's action at around 10:15, 10:20. So the credit 10:20, 10:30, the slot. Alright, so we had Dr. Britt Baker, say with me now, DMD, baby, and the AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter, along with Rebel. They take on the Renegade Twins, Charlotte and Robin, otherwise known as the Bella Twins 2.0. This was a pretty decent match. It's also with a big, humongous brawl as Jamie and Britt jump the Renegade Twins. Robin and Jamie are the legal women. Robin gets in a set of double knees, followed by a drop kick on Jamie. And then Robin goes for the cover. Jamie kicks out. Then we get some double chops. So the Renegade Twins are doing a number on the champ. But then they try to set up Jamie for a double suplex. Jamie reverses it and lays both of them out on the canvas. Then she starts stomping on the face and neck of Robin, who's the legal participant. She has to tag to Britt, comes in with some strikes on Robin. Then she drops Robin with a kind of a messy-looking sling blade. Sorry. Then we get another set of commercials. Come back, Robin tries to make the tag to her sister Charlotte. Gets it. Charlotte throws a spring buster on Britt. Kind of looked like a little bit sloppy, but still. Britt is then planted with a fisherman suplex. And Britt kicks out of the pin attempt. Then we get a nice double underhook by Britt as Jamie Hayter comes in and delivers a hate breaker on Robin. And then Jamie and Britt combine for their signature knee breaker low lariat combination. And Britt finishes off with the curve stomp. 1, 2, 3. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter get the win over the Renegade Twins in a pretty decent match. I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. So they're ready for Saraya Knight, or Paige, and Toni Storm this Wednesday night on the program. But like I said on my AEW review, I think Hikaru Shida is going to turn heel, attack Toni from behind either before the match or maybe during or after the match. But, I mean, we still don't know what's happening with Sasha Banks. People saying she's not going to AEW. There was reports she did sign with AEW. I don't know if it's even going to happen at all. I think Tony Khan's playing some games. He didn't want to tell us that Sasha was coming. So that's why they kind of swerved us with Toni Storm. But it is what it is. I would love to have Sasha go to AEW and be the one in 40... Well, now I'll get to it. Well, even though I'll spoil it. Jade beat Corey Jade. Sky Blue to retain the TBS title and went 48-0. I think she'll be the one to finally beat Jade. But it is what it is. I mean, AEW's already screwing up Jade as it is. So making her look like a freaking jobber now. she's not as big and mean, and like she's still 40. I mean, 48. No, it's pretty damn impressive. She's about to hit 50 anyway. But she already has that belt for almost 1 full year now, and she's just going. I don't understand why that she has to face Sky Blue again. When we saw this past Wednesday that Red Velvet was messing around with her. So why don't you just put? Eventually looking like they're gonna do it. Why don't you just put Red Velvet and Jade for the belt? Either at Revolution or sometime between now and then. Why do you have to have Jade in ridiculous tag team matches against a bunch of jobbers, basically? Or be in one-on-one matches with people like Sky Blue or Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale's not a jobber, just saying. But, put her against some actual good talent, please. Let Jade face Hikaru Shida when now she's turning heel, so that negates that. How about Jade and Toni Storm? Eventually, I would like to see Jade and Saraya Knight go at it. But if they really want to bring in Sasha, then they should bring in Sasha and then have her help out. First help out, Paige with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter, and then later down the line, maybe she meets up with Jade, and then we have a title match at Revolution in San Francisco, and then that's where I would think Jade is gonna finally lose the TBS Championship, and Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné will win the TBS Championship and probably go on a nice little run with it. But we'll see. And that's that. Speaking of Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, has anyone, if you heard her theme song, when she goes, money, right? If you hear the backing track, doesn't it sound like a remix version of Jump by Criss Cross? Is it, am I the only one seeing that? I went on a video today. I think it was a New Japan video. And they were talking about Sasha and kind of like a replay of what she did to Kyrie and everything. So I went on the video and there was, it was like a promo video for Sasha for the Battle in the Valley thing on February the 18th. So I watched the video and they had Mercedes Moné's theme song, and I'm listening to it. It's like, holy shit, this sounds just like Criss Cross's hit song, Jump. Jump, jump, the Mac Daddy make you jump. It sounded like that, but it just had money in it. And I was like, am I the only one who knows this? And then I get a bunch of likes and then a couple comments saying, yeah, it does sound like that. So yeah, trolls, I actually do get people liking my comments. You fucking marks. How many likes do you get on any of your stupid fucking garbage-filled freaking videos? How many likes do you get on a comment? Not a lot. I have videos that I have over. I think I have one video that it's not mine, obviously. There's one video that I made a comment. I had over 400, almost I think 450 likes. I don't remember which one it is, but I know it's there. I just don't remember it. And then I did one, even on, I'll say his name, fan of YouTube. I left a comment on one of his videos. I got like 240 freaking likes. But it is what it is. That's, So people know who I am. So I'm not dead. My channel's not dead. I'm not irrelevant. So you could suck a fat cock. I ain't going anywhere. I still know more about wrestling than you motherfuckers. And that's that. Alright, move on. I don't want to talk about jerk-offs. Let's think positive and anything. Speaking of positivity, biggest of my boy, Bio. I was on Bio's little kitty cat last night, hanging out. Me and Bio, he said some bad things, and he didn't really say mean things to me when he made a video saying I'm done with Peter Gilmore, and then, I just let Bio do his own thing, and then here we are, almost 3 months later. Bio, messaged me out of the blue on Facebook. Well, actually, on one of my community posts on my PG Ranch channel, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I want to talk to me in private." So I was like, okay. So we talked in private on Facebook. He blocked me on social media and on his channels, modded me on his thing. Didn't have to do it, but he told me what happened. I'm not going to go into that. Just watch his video. It was great, and that's it. I went in there civilly and didn't really talk much. Even I talked to Leon. Scorpion Death Drop. I just said hi. Was just saying hi and not trying to start shit with Leon because I don't have no beef with Leon. So we didn't make amends, but at least we talked. Even me and Nick talked for a little bit. We still at he still hates me, and we're not friends. We'll probably never be friends again, but I said, you want to go your own way? That's fine. Do your own thing. It's like, I'm going to do my own thing, But, if you ever want to, I'm always here to talk, If you want to talk it over, I'll explain everything again. But it is what it is. I'm not saying that all the people I threw on the bus are going to come back to me. And people are getting mad about it. Like, oh, what are you doing? Why are you giving Peter another free pass? What's his track record? That's on them. Don't take it out on me. Don't take it out on them. That's on them. So take it take it up with them. Don't take it up with They want to unblock me. That's fine. They don't have to be my friends. I don't have to be friends with them. They want to unblock me. Fine. Do you want me on their panel? If I want to be, well, I'm not going to go on panels usually anymore, but do you want me in the chat? I'll be in the chat. I don't care. I know, I was on Bio's chat and he had like other people there, Kevin and ZTB and people. Kevin still has a thing out for me. I could care less. As far as ZTB goes, I don't know, let him do his own thing too. So I didn't care. I was just there to observe and just chime in when I felt like it. I wasn't trying to instigate things like some people think I did. It is what it is. They wanted to talk shit. I'm just like, I'm not here to talk shit. You want to talk shit? Do it on your own channel. Your boring as fuck channel. Go fuck yourself. I could care less now about these people. Nick talked to me. He's like, "Oh, you should end with so and so." I'm like, that ship has sailed, dude. I could care less what he does and his little butt buddy friends do. I care less. I'm doing my own thing. And if they say, "Oh, you're not doing your own thing. You're still this and that," I don't care. It's my channel. I can say whatever the fuck I want. You don't like it, tough. But I'm not going to dilly dally anymore with these people. I gotta focus on my mental health right now. I had my meeting with my new psychiatrist today. Back on some meds, and we'll see what happens. But that's one of my goals for this year, is trying to get my mental health back in order. And my anger impulse control disorder kind of down. Not get so, stuff like that, but just want to strive to be a little bit better mentally, and that's basically it. That's my main goal for this year, is just to get my mental health in check. It's not going to be easy, like I mentioned, but I mentioned that I told people I was going to change, but it's a hard road to go. It's very hard to get to that point. But I'm not perfect, but I'll get there. Eventually. If it takes me another year or two. But I digress. Alright, enough about that. Bullshit! Let's get back to AEW Rampage. Alright, so where we left off, Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter get the win. So we'll see what happens on Wednesday Night Dynamite from the LA Kia Forum in Los Angeles, California. With Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter taking on Saraya Knight and Toni Storm. We'll see what happens with that. Will Sasha appear? I doubt it, but I would not be surprised. But we'll see. Alright, so after that, I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, after that, we get a House of Black promo with the members of the House of Black, where we had Malachi Black, Tommy End, and Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and the lovely wannabe Maria Brink from In This Moment, Julia Hart. You look good, but you could have been an extra in a Sick Like Me video. Just saying. Anyway, so Malachi is disgusted by the current version of his former best friend Eddie Kingston. He says, I miss the old Eddie that was crazy and sadistic. Do you miss the Eddie that beat up Mia Yim? Just saying there, Tommy. You don't want to see that Eddie, the one that domestically abused Mia Yim. That's why she left his ass. Thank the Lord for that. Now she's with Keith Lee. She's much better off with Keith Lee than a crazy, psychotic, douchebag Yankee fan like Eddie Kingston. Nothing bad to say about Eddie. I met him a couple of times, but I just, I just have a thing where, that when you hear, I heard the thing about him beating the crap out of Mia Yim, that kind of pissed me off. But still a pretty good wrestler. He's great on the mic. But still, he has his demons. But anyway, so Malachi is like, he wants that crazy, sadistic, hardcore version of Eddie Kingston back. He says about a year ago, the House of Black told Eddie they would turn his eyes black. And they feel Eddie is sick, but they have the cure. And then Julia's Hart's like, Eddie, we're here to help you. So basically, they're trying to recruit Eddie Kingston. So it's kind of like a back and forth. Like 1 week they're trying to get Angel Ortiz to join them, and then Eddie's like, "What's going on here?" And then we find out later I think it was in this show. I think it was in this show. No, it was on Rampage. Excuse me, not Rampage. Battle of the Belts. We hear from Eddie and Angel Ortiz, and Ortiz is like, "What the hell was that about?" So they're playing mind games with Eddie and Ortiz, and like, who's gonna turn on who here? But we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars, and we move on. All right, then we go to if you want to go to the bathroom, you cannot go to the bathroom break match of the night. We had Preston Vance, and he changed his name to some Spanish name I couldn't even pronounce. Oh, it was Perologio? Peroluigi? I don't know, something like that. I think it was, because we saw something like Perologio or something like that. I was like, is this a new guy? This some Italian guy, like Santino Morella's cousin or something like that? But I was like, oh, that's right, it's a freaking Preston name's Spanish name, Perologio or some shit like that. But anyway, he's in action. He comes out with Jose Alabino Anisik. No, his manager, Jose, the assistant, as he takes on Portland, Oregon's own Sonico. Sonico. Really? I mean, they like build him as the best Pacific wrestler in the Pacific Northwest, some shit like that. I'm like, did they just hire some, like, freaking guy, put on a mask and call him Sonico? Or they just take a random person from Sonic Restaurants, like, hey, you're gonna dress up in a freaking mask, you're gonna fight this guy named Preston Vance just because you're a great employee to Sonic Restaurants. I never ate Sonic. I never will, but I probably would tell you their food is shit. Probably had good slushies though, but I mean, I never ate there, but if I ever did, I probably never want to go there. I eat real food. I don't even eat Wendy's that much. I don't like Wendy's that much. I like the chicken nuggets, but and the softies and everything, but other than that, I can't really eat the burgers that much. I don't really like Wendy's that much. I'm like I'm like a fast food guy. I like Burger King, McDonald's, shit like that. And I go to my local stores that have somewhat good burgers and chicken and stuff like that. I don't eat KFC that much anymore. I don't even eat Popeyes. I'm a fat bastard. No, that's my dick talking, but I'm a fat bastard. You're fat. Yeah, my dick is fat. Ask your mom. Anyway, so Preston Vance takes on this jobber named Sonico, beats him in 40 seconds as he hits the discus lariat. 1, 2, 3. Shut up!
Time to time.
I'm getting.
Help people.
I said shut up. I don't know why that ad came up on my computer. Oh boy, I'm probably gonna get copyrighted for that. I could care less. Anyway, so yeah, Preston Vance beats his jobber Sonico about 40 seconds. Then after the match, he rips his mask off and then shows it to the crowd. The fans are pissed. Then he drags this Hammernager's dead corpse up the ramp. And then we see like his hair's like, oh, don't show my face, S.A. You're not even Spanish. So I guess like Preston Vance is going to be the guy that beat all these luchadors. What's next? He's going to take Rey Fenix and Pentagon's mask next. Or really Evil Uno's mask, because you don't even remember the Dark Order who has a mask. I mean, he kind of did rip open Evil Uno's mask, or I don't really know what he looks like under the mask anyway. So, it is what it is. I have no idea what the hell they're doing with that group anyway. I could care less for that group. Now, it's just basically the Butcher and the Blade, Allie the Bunny, and Jalise to Go, and Preston Vance. Supposedly, they're La Facción de Ignobles, and Andrade's like in Limbo Land, or in between Charlotte's legs. Are you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy. All right, shut up, Andrade. Go do something. Pedal. Anyway. So, yeah. So, Preston Vance beats Sonico, and I gave it a dud because I didn't care about it. Did not care. Filler match. We move on. All right, then we go to Bismarck Henry with the pre-match promos. We get what happened after Dynamite, where Mike Bennett, I'm Matt Taven, and the lovely, well, somewhat lovely, Maria Kanellis Bennett confront Darby, and Darby gives Mike Bennett a title shot on Rampage. So we get to this thing. And then basically they do the promos, and Mark Henry says his line, I think we've heard enough talk. It's time for the main event. Alright, so then we get to this match. Darby versus Mike Bennett. 11-minute match. Nothing great. It's also on with a feeling out process. I like that. Then they go outside the ring. Bennett with a high big boot to the jaw of Darby. Darby is sent crashing into the barricade. And then another big boot to the face. Bennett with a big shot to the jaw as he tosses Darby back in the ring. Darby comes back with a dropkick, sends Bennett back to the floor. Darby follows it up with a senton through the ropes to crash into Matt Taven. You, Melvin. Bennett rebounds as he loads a Russian leg sweep as both men go crash into the floor. Ow. Then we go to a lot more ad breaks. Gotta pay those bills. We come back. Bennett delivers a Death Valley driver on Darby. And as the crowd was really chanting for Darby. It's not even. He's in Portland, Oregon. You're not in Seattle. Anyway, Bennett plants Darby with an armbar as Darby transitions out of it to get his foot on the ropes for the break. Then he sends Bennett back into the barricade, and he grabs a steel chair to try to ward off Matt Taven. And then he's seated on the outside, and he's there, sitting there for about a minute, almost 2 minutes, like, and Darby's, like, going up the ropes, and he's, like, stalling for time, and I thought he was going to go for the coffin drop onto the chair, and he was going to miss somehow, like a really big spot, but he comes off the top rope with a drop kick, which was an insane spot, crazy. He tosses Bennett back in the ring. Darby climbs up to the top rope. And then Maria Kanellis runs in to cover her husband. Don't hit my husband! And Darby, like, thinks about it. He's like, fuck you, bitch! And he goes up top, but Matt Taven, there was an enziguri on Darby, which has Bennett capitalized on that with a pile driver for a near fall. And Bennett's like, I can't believe I kicked out of that. He places Darby on the top turnbuckle, and I think he was going for a super avalanche pile driver. It gets counted as Darby rams Mike's head into the turnbuckle a few times. Then he hits an avalanche code red. Then he goes right up top, hits the coffin drop. 1, 2, 3. Darby Allin retains the TNT title. Pretty decent match. I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Not a banger, per se, but pretty damn decent. And that's all I gotta say about that. So, and then after the match, he's celebrating. That's pretty much it. That ends Rampage. And we go right into Battle of the Belts, but I'll talk about that tomorrow, because it's late. And that's it. Alright, so my final rating for Rampage. Recently on Twitter, I gave it 6.25. I'm going to up that to 6.5 out of 10. I thought it was pretty damn good. And Battle of the Belts was okay. Not great, but still, it was okay. But I'll get to that, like I said, tomorrow. And that's that. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching. So, once again, Smackdown gets a solid 7 out of 10. Rampage, probably one of the best Rampages in months, gets 6.5 out of 10 stars. And then we'll see what happens on Monday with Monday Night Raw. And then everything else next week. We got New Year's Evil for NXT. The big Los Angeles show for Dynamite. And then next Friday night, I believe, is taped from LA, obviously. So I don't even know the next live Rampage. Probably won't be for a while. We did find out that Battle of the Belts 6 is going to be April the 7th in Rhode Island. They're going to make, in April the 7th, I think it's a Friday night, so that's Friday 7th. April the 5th, which is right on Easter, was coming out, well, it's a month after Revolution, going towards Double or Nothing. So April the 5th, they're going to be in Rhode Island. I don't know what arena, probably some rinky-dink arena, for Dynamite and Rampage and Battle of the Belts. So that's on April 5th, and then April 7th is Battle of the Belts 6 and Rampage. I don't know if that will be live. I guess we'll have to wait till April. And that's pretty much it. So, you know, these Battle of the Belts have been pretty decent. The first couple were pretty good. The last two, I think the last two were kind of meh. And this one was a little bit better than the last two, than Battle of the Belts 3 and 4. Got that. So, the Clash of the Champions for AEW, Battle of the Belts, is going to be like not a monthly thing. Every couple months, they're going to do Battle of the Belts right before like a big pay-per-view. Stuff like that. So I would probably see Battle of the Belts 7, probably sometime in the summertime. Battle of the Belts 8, probably right around I would say right around Full Gear 5, probably around November or maybe December. And then Battle of the Belts 9 will be 2024. So, unless they do more, but we don't know. There is going to be in March, there's going to be a special Tuesday Dynamite. I think it's March the The 14th, I believe, is a Tuesday Night Dynamite. Should be interesting. Another one of those Tuesday Night Wars. Which one to watch? We all know what I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch Dynamite. Fuck NXT. But, you know, when, people like Issa, what watch along we're going to do tonight? Let's do AEW. Do your NXT review another time. But it is what it is. That's all I got to say about that. Alright, so thanks for watching, everybody. Peter Gilmer signing off. Peace out. Rock on and rock hard with your coat. And if you're not down with that, I'm just sorry to say. If you're not down with that, I just got 3 motherfucking words for you clowns. Fuck you, man. And that's pretty much it. Have a great weekend. Be safe. If you're in the Northeast, bundle up because it's going to be pretty damn cold. Not that cold, but decently cold. Seasonably cold, whatever you want to call it. If you're on the West Coast, you're coming off that big bomb cyclone with a whole ton of rain, and it's getting cold there too. LA is like 50 degrees. Never thought I would have heard 50 degrees in the shade in LA on January the 7th or 6th. Never heard that before. I mean, you know, California gets cold once in a while in the northern part. It's not much the southern part, like San Fran and San Jose area, or even Oakland. Even Florida gets cold. Like, not around Miami or anything like that, but like around Orlando, they get down to like 30, 40 degrees sometimes in the winter. But it's always hot down there. You know. So if you want to move to Florida, you can, but, you know, you might have to bring a big jacket once in a while for the winter time. But right around February, March, it's going to get red hot. And then in the summertime, it's like, forget it. Especially in Orlando or Miami or Key West and stuff like that. It's like 90. I don't think they get around 100, but summertime's always red hot down there, and you got to worry about fucking hurricanes. That's the only thing you worry about during the summertime. Not so much the fall, a little bit of the fall, because you still got hurricane season all the way up to November, December-ish. And then when you get to the winter time, not, you know, really need a jacket that much, depending on where in Florida you live. So, when I do retire, either to California or Florida, I have to keep that in mind. You know, gotta worry about hurricanes, and I gotta worry about fucking earthquakes. Crazy. But it is what it is. But look at that's way later in on my time. Probably another 10, 15 years I'll probably be retired on a beach somewhere, sipping a good old bottle of Jack out the bottle. Well, maybe, just maybe, I'll be 65 years old still drinking Pepsi. Because when you drink Pepsi, you know what happens, guys. You get the girls go, oh, shit! And at 65, you know, I'll probably still be banging Rosa. Oh, boy. But it is what it is. Probably by that time I probably won't, but anyway, I don't care. I'll be an old city. But I digress. Alright, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. And until next time, motherfuckers, have a great weekend. And if not, well, fuck you, man. I'll be back tomorrow on this very channel, Kill Demon 669, with my Battle of the Belts review. But until then, adios, bitches. Until next time, peace. Ha!